The California sun shone brightly over the SpaceX campus, where Elon Musk had just announced the launch of a revolutionary new rocket. The audience, composed of journalists, investors, and tech enthusiasts, buzzed with excitement at every word from the billionaire. Musk, as always, seemed to be ahead of his time, describing a future where humanity would colonize Mars and clean energy would be the norm. However, as he spoke, a messenger approached the stage with an envelope in hand. It was a legal notice. Musk, without losing his composure, opened the document in front of the cameras. Silence fell over the crowd as he read aloud. Case number 2023-5678, violation of environmental regulations in the construction of the battery factory in Texas. Estimated fine, $500 million. The audience was stunned. Musk, however, remained calm. With an ironic smile, he looked at the cameras and said, "Seems like someone doesn't like progress." The news spread like wildfire. Within hours, the case was making headlines worldwide. Elon Musk faces billion-dollar fine for environmental violations, read one headline. Will the billionaire pay for his negligence? Questioned another. While the media speculated, Musk was already on the move. Instead of hiring a team of high-profile lawyers, he did something no one expected. He announced that he would defend himself in court. Indeed, if there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that no one understands my projects better than I do, he declared in a tweet that quickly went viral. The decision was met with skepticism by many. Legal experts doubted that Musk, as brilliant as he was, could handle such a complex case on his own. But the billionaire didn't seem worried. He had faced bigger challenges before and come out victorious. Meanwhile, the judge overseeing the case, the renowned and strict Samuel Hargrove, prepared for what promised to be a historic trial. Known for his impartiality and dedication to the law, Hargrove was not the type to be impressed by fame or fortune. To him, justice was blind, and everyone was equal before the law. The stage was set. On one side, an inflexible judge. On the other, a billionaire determined to prove that innovation could not be stifled by bureaucracy. The whole world would be watching. In the days following the announcement of the lawsuit, Elon Musk disappeared from the media. While the world speculated about his next moves, he was holed up in his control room at SpaceX headquarters, surrounded by stacks of law books, environmental codes, and technical reports. "If I can understand rockets, I can understand laws," he told one of his consultants during a late-night meeting. Musk wasn't alone. He had assembled a small team of experts in environmental law and industrial regulations. Among them was Laura Mendez, a young lawyer who had worked on similar cases in the past. "The problem isn't just the fine, Elon," Laura explained, pointing to a section of the environmental code. "They're trying to set a precedent to slow down your projects in the future." Musk listened intently, his eyes scanning the pages of a book on jurisprudence. He knew he needed a strategy that went beyond traditional defense. "We need to attack the heart of the accusation," he said, slamming the book shut. "Show that the project not only complies with regulations, but is essential for the future of clean energy." That's when Musk had an idea. He decided to use his expertise in technology and data to create a detailed presentation, showing how the battery factory in Texas not only met but exceeded the required environmental standards. "Let's flood the court with data," he said, a determined gleam in his eyes. "They want to play by the rules? Let's show them we know the game better than they do." Meanwhile, outside, the press continued to speculate. "Musk hides as trial approaches," some said. "Has he finally met a challenge he can't overcome?" others questioned. But Musk wasn't hiding. He was preparing. Night after night, he immersed himself in studies, analyzing every detail of the case. He read past court decisions, studied tactics used by defense attorneys, and even watched videos of famous trials. "He's relentless," Laura commented during a call with a colleague. "I've never seen someone dedicate themselves so much to something that, technically, isn't even their field of expertise." As the trial approached, Musk began rehearsing his defense. He practiced his arguments in front of a mirror, adjusting his tone and language to ensure his message was clear and impactful. "This isn't just about me," he said during one rehearsal. "It's about showing that innovation can't be stifled by outdated bureaucracies." The day before the trial, Musk took a break. He looked at the stacks of books and documents now, dominating his control room, and smiled. "I'm ready," he said to himself. It was more than a statement of confidence. It was a challenge to the system, a promise that he wouldn't be intimidated. The courtroom was packed. Journalists, onlookers, and even some of Musk's rivals filled every available seat. The buzz was constant, with everyone eager to see how the billionaire would fare in his first appearance as his own lawyer. When Musk entered the room, wearing an impeccable suit and carrying a folder full of documents, silence fell. He walked to the defense table with a confidence that seemed to defy the judicial system itself. On the other side of the room, Judge Samuel Hargrove watched intently. Known for his austere demeanor and meticulousness, Hargrove showed no emotion. He had dealt with cases involving powerful figures before, and Musk was just another name on his long list. "Mr. Musk," Hargrove began, adjusting his glasses, "you are aware that you are taking on a significant responsibility by representing yourself?" Musk looked directly at the judge and replied calmly, "Yes, Your Honor, and I am prepared to face that responsibility." The judge nodded and began the trial. The prosecution was the first to present its arguments. The lead attorney, Richard Cole, was known for his ability to dismantle defenses with incisive questions and precise data. He began by detailing the alleged environmental violations committed by Musk, presenting charts and reports that, in theory, proved non-compliance with regulations. "The defendant repeatedly ignored the established norms to protect the environment," Cole stated, pointing at Musk, "and now he must be held accountable for his actions." When it was Musk's turn, everyone expected a mediocre, perhaps even disastrous performance. But what followed was nothing short of impressive. Musk stood up and walked to the center of the room, carrying a remote control. With a simple gesture, he activated a giant screen displaying a carefully crafted presentation. "Your Honor, members of the jury," he began, his voice firm and clear. "What you're about to see is not just a defense, but a demonstration of how innovation can coexist with sustainability." He then presented a series of technical data showing how the battery factory in Texas not only met but exceeded the required environmental standards. Detailed charts, impact analyses, and expert testimonies were displayed in sequence, each reinforcing his argument. "These numbers don't lie," Musk continued. "They show that our project is an example of how technology can be used to protect the environment, not destroy it." The prosecution tried to interrupt, arguing that the data presented was irrelevant, but Musk was prepared. He cited legal precedents that supported the use of technical evidence in similar cases, leaving Cole speechless. Judge Hargrove, initially skeptical, began to look impressed. He took careful notes, occasionally glancing up to observe Musk with an expression that mixed curiosity and respect. "Mr. Musk," Hargrove said during a pause, "you have clearly prepared for this case, but that doesn't change the fact that the charges are serious." Musk looked directly at the judge and replied, "Your Honor, I understand the gravity of the charges, but I believe that, by the end of this trial, it will be clear that this case isn't about environmental violations. It's about the fear of progress." The statement echoed through the room, leaving everyone in silence. Even the journalists, always eager for sensationalism, seemed impressed. The first day of the trial ended with Musk leaving the room under the flashes of cameras and the murmurs of the crowd. He hadn't won the case, but he had planted a seed of doubt, and in a courtroom that was more powerful than any argument. The second day of the trial began with palpable tension. The audience, now even larger, eagerly awaited to see how Musk would continue his defense. The billionaire, however, seemed calm, as if he were about to unveil another revolutionary innovation, not fighting to avoid a billion-dollar fine. Batu, prosecution resumed its arguments, trying to dismantle the data Musk had presented the day before. Richard Cole, the lead attorney, used charts and expert testimonies to argue that Musk's numbers were manipulated and misleading. The defendant may be a tech genius, but that doesn't make him above the law, Cole stated, looking directly at the jury. When it was Musk's turn, he stood up with the same confidence as always. This time, however, he wasn't carrying a folder full of documents. Instead, he held a small device that looked like it belonged in a sci-fi movie. Your Honor, with the court's permission, I would like to present a demonstration, Musk said, looking at Judge Hargrove. The judge hesitated for a moment, but eventually nodded in agreement. Musk then activated the device, and a holographic projection appeared. In the center of the room, it was a 3D model of the battery factory in Texas, showing in detail how every part of the project had been designed to minimize environmental impact. This isn't just a factory, Musk explained, manipulating the projection with precise gestures. It's an example of how technology can be used to create a sustainable future. He highlighted water recycling systems, solar panels covering 80% of the roof, and a production process that emitted 50% less carbon than traditional factories. The data I presented yesterday wasn't manipulated, Musk continued, looking directly at Cole. It's proof that it's possible to grow without destroying. The prosecution tried to interrupt, arguing that the demonstration was theatrical and irrelevant, but Judge Hargrove intervened. I allowed the demonstration, and Mr. Musk has the right to present his defense in the manner he deems most effective, he said in a firm voice that left no room for debate. It was then that the judge decided to test Musk directly. Mr. Musk, Hargrove began, adjusting his glasses. You claim your project is sustainable, but you don't deny that there were deviations from regulations. How do you justify that? Musk didn't hesitate. Your Honor, current regulations were created at a time when the technology we have today didn't exist. They are necessary, but they also need to evolve. My project doesn't deviate from the norms out of negligence, but because the current norms aren't capable of keeping up with the pace of innovation. The response was as bold as it was eloquent. The audience fell silent, and even the judge seemed surprised. Are you suggesting that the laws are outdated? Hargrove asked, his tone a mix of curiosity and caution. I'm suggesting that laws should be as dynamic as the technology they seek to regulate, Musk replied. And I'm willing to work with the government to create a new standard, one that allows innovation without sacrificing the environment. The judge fell silent for a moment, considering Musk's words. He then made careful notes before addressing the prosecution. Mr. Cole, do you have anything to add? Cole, clearly shaken by Musk's argument, tried to regain control. Your Honor, the defendant may be persuasive, but that doesn't change the fact that he violated current laws, and laws exist for a reason. The judge nodded, but it was clear that Musk's defense had made an impact. When the trial day ended, Musk left the room under the flashes of cameras and the murmurs of the crowd. He hadn't won the case, but he had planted a seed of doubt, and in a courtroom that was more powerful than any argument. Elon Musk's trial ended with a verdict that left everyone surprised. Judge Samuel Hargrove, while acknowledging the billionaire's legal acumen and brilliant argumentation, upheld the $500 million fine. However, in his final decision, he made sure to publicly praise Musk. Mr. Musk has demonstrated an impressive understanding of the complexities of this case, Hargrove said, looking directly at the billionaire. Your dedication and preparation are worthy of recognition. However, the law is clear, and the violations, though perhaps unintentional, did occur. The audience reacted with a mix of applause and murmurs. Musk, for his part, remained composed. He thanked the judge with a nod and left the courtroom without making any statements to the press. But, as expected, the media was quick to react. "Musk loses case but wins court's respect," read one headline. "Billionaire fined, but his defense impresses judge," stated another. Social media was flooded with divided opinions. Some criticized Musk for thinking he's above the law, while others defended him, arguing that he was fighting for progress. "He may not have won in court, but he won in the court of public opinion," wrote one Twitter user. "This just proves that the system is unprepared for innovation," commented another. As the world debated, Musk retreated to his home in Los Angeles. He spent the following days reflecting on the experience. In a rare interview with a trusted journalist, he spoke openly about what he had learned. "It was a humbling lesson," Musk admitted, sitting in his living room surrounded by books and tech devices. "I've always believed that innovation is the key to the future, but I realized we can't ignore the rules that govern the present." He also spoke about the importance of understanding the laws that govern his businesses. "Now I see that it's not enough to create something revolutionary. We need to ensure that it aligns with norms and regulations. It's a responsibility we can't ignore." The interview was widely shared and commented on, sparking even more discussions about the role of innovation and regulation. Meanwhile, a young lawyer who had closely followed the case found inspiration in Musk to pursue an innovative career in law. "He showed that it's possible to challenge the system with intelligence and determination," the young lawyer said in an interview. "For a legal blog, it motivated me to think outside the box and seek new ways to practice law." Musk, upon hearing the story, sent a message to the young lawyer. "Keep questioning norms and seeking creative solutions. The future belongs to those who dare to think differently." The message went viral, becoming a mantra for many who believed in the power of innovation. A few weeks after the trial, Elon Musk was back to his routine. He walked through the halls of SpaceX, overseeing preparations for the next rocket launch. But something had changed. In his control room, among the rocket models and cutting-edge computers, there was now a small shelf filled with law books. Musk occasionally stopped to flip through one, as if reminiscing about the lessons learned during the trial. "Innovation can't exist in a vacuum," he told one of his engineers during a meeting. "We need to understand the rules of the game to change them." Meanwhile, on social media, Musk continued to be the same provocateur he had always been. He posted a photo of the shelf of law books with the caption, "New hobby, environmental law. Who knows, maybe I'll write a book about it." The post garnered thousands of likes and comments, with fans joking that he could be the first billionaire to become a weekend lawyer. But behind the jokes, there was a clear message. Musk had learned the importance of balancing innovation with responsibility. And for him, this was just the beginning of a new chapter. Did you enjoy the story? Then hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you next time.